Kano is among states in Nigeria that are most vulnerable to climate change. In addition to this environmental challenge is the problem of waste management. With about 20 million residents, Kano State generates about 6,000 tons of solid waste daily, which end up in random overflowing landfills, which compromise soil integrity and water bodies. As a result of poor water, sanitation, and hygiene issues, there have been cholera outbreaks that have cost Kano State billions of naira in public health spending. To frontally tackle these issues, the Kano State government, under the leadership of His Excellency Abdullahi Ganduje, came up with a 20-year integrated sustainable waste management public-private partnership policy innovation with Capegate Investment Company Limited. This opened up the full spectrum of the waste management value chain to the national and international private sector investor community to provide cutting-edge innovation in technology and finance. These developments prompted the Royal Danish Consul General to Nigeria, Mr. Per Christensen, and his team to embark on a field assessment of the Kano government Capegate PPP project sites in Kano State. Welcoming the delegation from the Royal Danish Consulate during a reception at the Government House, the governor asked the visitors to key into the project as a multifaceted, innovative approach aimed at converting waste into electricity and other economic products like organic fertilizers. He emphasized that the partnership will save the Kano State government about 17 billion naira in waste management costs within the period of the concession, in addition to generating up to 30 billion naira in revenues to the state government in the next 20 years, yielding an estimated benefit of 47 billion naira to the people of the state.
Kano is the most populous state in the Federation, and Kano Metropolitan is the second biggest city in the country. And wherever you have a high population, one of the issues that must be tackled is waste management. There's no doubt waste management has to be done in a modern way, in a way of converting the waste to an economic item, like the fertilizer, like the electricity, and many other things that are possible. We have to go into partnership with an organization that has the expertise, the commitment, and the seriousness.
The Royal Danish Consulate team visited the Zara Waste Recycling Facility, the proposed Kalibua Engineered Sanitary Landfill Site, Court Road Communal Waste Dump Site, and the Operations Office of Capegate, operators of the Kano State Capegate PPP joint venture. Responding to Governor Ganduje's request, the Royal Danish Consul General, Mr. Per Christensen, said Denmark has acquired almost a century-old waste management experience, expertise, knowledge, and technology needed to support Kano State's integrated sustainable waste management vision, and looked forward to welcoming the partnership delegation that will embark on the proposed climate finance and clean technology tour of Denmark.
Waste management or waste treatment, or possibly as we would like to call it, resource management, because waste is actually something that can be converted into things of value, recycled, used again in production, used again as raw material, and possibly establish a business case that will create sustainable jobs for quite a number of people in the state of Kano. We hope to invite a delegation from Kano consisting both of state officials but also representatives of Capegate to come to Denmark and see some of the technologies that we can offer. And we hope this visit will take place late Q1 or early Q2 2022.
To demonstrate the state's commitment towards the success of the partnership, the government affirmed the allocation of 500 hectares of land to the partnership as part of the equity contribution of the state.
The whole essence of going into this partnership is for Kano State government to be able to manage waste in a very sustainable manner because waste has been managed in Kano for so many years, but we have not been able to reach where we want to reach. And we've been having a lot of challenges with waste management. Year in, year out, we record a lot of cases of diseases that have connection in one way or the other with waste management. As part of what Kano State government has done, we've given some lands that are belonging to Kano State government, which is part of the agreement that we've signed. And another beauty of this project is the fact that the waste is not only going to be collected, it is going to be processed to generate three major byproducts. The first one is biogas, which is going to generate electricity for the state. And this is another major revenue earner for the partnership.
On their part, the private sector operator, Capegate, has committed over 4.5 billion naira in preliminary investments.
We have signed a 20 years concession agreement on integrated environmental management, not only solid waste management. And solid waste, liquid waste, air quality, air pollution, as well as solar. So it is going to be an investment, huge set of investment to a tune of about indicative cost of about 700 million euros. And we have at least between June this year and now, we have at least engaged about close to 200 stakeholder engagement, from skybangers, recyclers, everyone in Kano, institutional stakeholders, NGOs. So we are on ground in Kano, and everybody is seeing the impact, even though we just started in June. But this rainy season, God willing, almost flooding has reduced by 90% in Kano City, just within the first 4 months. What we are targeting, by the grace of God, by the next year rainy season, we are targeting zero flooding in Kano City, by the grace of God. So we are there now. We are working. We have added some equipment. We bought some trucks. As I say, we are continuously buying PPEs and working tools. We are continuously training people in Kano. And on record, in the history of Kano, whether government or public or private sector, no one ever engaged 100 graduates at a time. But to our credit, we have engaged close to 400 graduates in Kano, in all fields of expertise. The engineering candidates among them, by next year, will be trained outside the country by our technical partners for the transfer of technology, domestication of technology on the waste to energy, waste to fertilizer.
The partnership has evolved into a joint venture enterprise with equity allocation of 85% to Capegate and 15% to Kano State Government, with 3 special purpose vehicles that will drive 3 distinct business units comprising waste to energy and organic fertilizer, pollution control, emission testing and autogas retrofit, and solar wind power SPVs, which are expected to create hundreds of thousands of decent green jobs over the 20-year period of the concession.
That program is really something that is a novel policy innovation that has the potential to transform the whole Kano economy and move it from a linear economy to a circular economy, creating millions of green jobs in the process. The project will also speak directly to Nigeria's updated nationally determined contributions in tackling the 9% contribution of the waste sector to Nigeria's national greenhouse gas emission burden. Not only that, the project has all that national and international strategic relevance. For instance, the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. It's going to really improve the well-being of the people of Kano. It's also going to improve the economy, the rural economy of the people at the bottom of the pyramid. So you have enhanced economic outcomes for people, a lot of people at the bottom of the pyramid, taking a lot of youth off the streets.
Access to innovative green financing pipelines will be highly critical for the PPP JV to deliver on its sustainable development objectives. The engagement of a climate and carbon finance consultant is already generating international climate investors' interest that will mainstream the joint venture with the federal government of Nigeria and United Nations delivery and realization of sustainable economic growth, improved public health, and inclusive green economy aspirations captured in the SDGs and Nigeria's greenhouse gas emissions reduction targets as part of the building blocks of the Paris Agreement.